So it's Jen DeTracy again, and this is Mavenclad for an MS. And guess what? I can't believe it. I haven't been on video for a while. It is week 9, officially started today. Woohoo! Has it been an easy journey? Well, I have to say week 6, I should say, and week 7 were quite difficult. Week 8 was a bit tough. I'm now in week 9. I got a cold a couple days ago, but I today seem to not have it, which is strange. That happened last time actually when I took my, I'm trying to remember which one it was. I think it was my first round on the second last day of the first round. I got a cold and it kind of was really kind of big and then it just disappeared. And in fact, last night I had a terrible sleep. I was up at 2:35 in the morning. I decided to go back to my home office and start working on something as opposed to just laying there for 10 hours straight, and I went back to bed at 5 a.m. and crashed out again. So, and then today I don't really have the cold. So it could crop up again tomorrow. Who knows? But what I have found is that what I call my window of tolerance, you know, when you feel agitated or you just can't handle things the same as you normally would. So that capacity to manage stress has been way down. Now I have to say, and I think I mentioned this in the last video, I had a relative that passed away. Also, my mom has just gone through a very serious medical procedure. She's fine, it's all good. But the fact is that these things do impact me psychologically. So they are factors that can get in the way or be, I don't know, I wouldn't say annoying per se, but I just know that there's, you know, my limit, hitting that wall is faster. The great news is I'm aware that hitting that wall is faster. I'm also aware that my level of energy has been very low. The gas in the tank is not quite empty, but it's been pretty empty. I don't know, today for some reason I feel pretty good, even though I've got a headache, because I know my energy seems to be up, and I'm not really sure why that is. I can't really explain it. Tomorrow's a new day, we'll see. One thing that I'm very happy about is I thought I was going to have a very packed work day today, almost too much for me. And fortunately, one of my clients, it didn't work out, so they canceled. So that saved me about 3 hours of my energy today, which is great. I'm totally appreciative of that. That's just such a huge relief. So I'm trying to think of other things. Definitely my sinuses have been aggravated. I've had some headaches for sure, nothing really hardcore, but because of the sinus irritation, which I do have, but I think it's increased. Also, I would say maybe some discomfort in the nether regions affected by the medication too, just kind of tracking that to see. I thought I had maybe a urinary tract infection, but it doesn't appear to be the case. For me, I'm just counting time, you know, I'm counting time to pass week 9. I was told by the pharmacist that can be the toughest week. And so I'm just beginning that. I'm going to be on a train soon, traveling for a couple of hours. And I'm going to be doing some care around looking out for my parents, not like big care where I have to do everything, just, you know, visiting them and making sure that they have what they need. And I'll be doing some work, but I'm going to scale back my work next week. So hopefully I'll be able to manage that. My biggest concern is just that anything I have around cold symptoms will have passed before I see my parents, because that's always a bad thing, you know, with aging parents and colds, not a good thing to start. However, I have to say that one thing I've been doing is I've been on vitamin C homeopathic drops, taking it. Yesterday I didn't get around to it for some reason, and actually I feel better today. And I think I may have mentioned this in another video, but what the pharmacist told me is because with MS we've got this autoimmune system where things are attacking, the MS is attacking the immune system, right? And because of that, what that means is taking things, he said, like echinacea are not good, because, you don't want to build up the immune system more so it can be attacked more, which is really interesting. I've never heard that before. If you have comments, please, 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 please write them below. If you have any knowledge about that or anything else you want to share, please share it, because I want to hear from you. I'm not the expert. I'm only the expert of my own experience. And that's all I really know. I don't do piles of reading on MS other than going on to certain Facebook groups where people talk about their issues or concerns or their celebrations. And for me, I'm just hoping that the worst, I mean, it hasn't been that bad, but I have to say over the last 3 weeks, it's been a bit tough. So I hope that that part is over and that I will continue to feel better. Hey, I'm a menopausal woman. I'm sweating all the time. I think I've heard people say the Mavenclad has made it, can make that ramped up. I definitely feel that, whether that's true or not. For me and my experience, I don't know. I'm just maybe a sweaty person at night, suffering. It's hard to say. So I'm not going to add too much more. I think those are the main things. I have felt a bit dehydrated, really having to be conscientious about water right now. I know a lot of people mentioned with Mavenclad they felt very dehydrated during taking the medication. I actually wasn't too bad. Like week 1 wasn't a big deal. Week 5 a bit more, but now I feel really thirsty. So really being conscious about that. Eating a very healthy diet. I talk about being on the Dr. Terry Wall Paleo Plus diet, which is the hardcore one of the bunch, and I think that has helped me to stabilize. I also have been lucky to have a partner in my life who has helped out with some of the cooking on days where I just haven't been able to manage that. Fortunately, we share that responsibility, but sometimes I've just had to say I can't do that today. So yeah, for some reason today I'm feeling super energized and excited to be alive, and that's not really a surprise. I'm always excited to be alive, but energized is a whole nother ball of wax. So we'll see how I feel later today. And that's kind of my wrap for week 8 on Mavenclad for MS. And again, I'm really grateful to be on this journey. I'm grateful for all the people that subscribe to my videos, that write comments, and also all the people on Facebook, the Facebook group Mavenclad for MS, that have commented and supported me and the opportunity to support other people on this journey. If you can support other people on this journey, do it, because it can be kind of scary at first, especially with the knowledge that what we're doing is we are letting down our bodyguard around our immune system so that we can rebuild it in a more powerful way and hopefully a healthier way. And, I'm not attached to the outcome. I guess in some ways I'm pretty feisty and I'm very driven, but I'm not a fighter in the sense that I don't look at MS as something I have to fight. I'm more in a place of acceptance. Now, I know that because I live with relapse remitting MS versus the varying degrees of progressive, maybe if I were in a different position, my emotions or how I felt would be different and I might feel like fighting. For me, I think it's more about surrender and acceptance that is in the forefront for me. Until I got to that place in my life where I could accept, or I chose to, I think that's more empowering word, chose to accept living with multiple sclerosis. Life was all about suffering. And now, I have moments where I feel sorry for myself, or I feel like a victim, or I feel crabby, or I'm not nice because I'm moody, all those kind of things. Generally, what I can say is I am a happy person. I love my life. I'm grateful for all that is around me. And there's struggles every day around planning, around energy management, around many things. And at the same time, there is so much joy. Just love eating Love spending time with my sweetie. I love doing things, and I know that my life is what I can do compared to 10 years ago when I was diagnosed, or 9 years ago, was my window in that way, my capacity in that way is smaller. But I've learned to build that capacity up over time in a way that has really been life-changing for me. And yeah, I have good days and I have crap days. For the most part, even on those days that are crap, you know, I am grateful for how I'm doing. So I will probably do another video. I'm not sure if it will be in a couple weeks or a month. I'm just going to play it by ear and see what happens today. I'm surprised I would even shoot this video. So I'm just really going with the flow on it. And I will wrap up now because this has become, wow, it's become like a whole philosophical experience. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you again. Bye now.